Come to see how we're getting on? We've made good progress since we took back Alamigo, but there's one big issue we still have to address. Leadership. The Domans had Lord Hien ready and willing to take the throne, but we've got no one like that here. Theodoric was our last ruler, and he wasn't called the Mad King for nothing.
Suffice it to say, our people have had their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new way forward.
If only it were that easy. Everyone and his uncle has an opinion. For the time being, we're just going to have to keep leaning on General Aldin and the Alliance for support, and see if we can't find a solution together. But if that's what it takes, I'm ready to talk till my jaw aches.
Not at the moment, because of the light outside.
The Reach is yours, Nargo. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Ah, there you are. I've been searching all over for you. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. That said, this might not be the best place to talk. Will you join me?
Yos.
I'll get to the point. Might you be interested in a spot of adventure?
You're asking an adventurer,
all,
that dude.
We were adventurous before we were scions, were we not? After routing the Imperials and liberating Alamigo, I reckon we've earned a bit of respite, don't you? And what better way to spend it than by returning to our roots? So, what say you? Shall we call on Alphino and go adventuring?
Why do we need to involve Alphino? What the hell? That look, Sari. Come on. You're not very intimidating like that, Sari. Realistically, I think she would have said the other one. She's like, here's what we do. I didn't. I clicked the wrong one anyway.
Well, it totally said the top one.
That's the one that I picked by mistake. I meant to pick.
I love that look on her face when she replied.
Yeah, that doesn't suit Sari.
I cannot say the same for my character. So I'm sure you get it. You would have chose the other one though, technically, realistically. You can holler about everything.
Hey!
Like, well, maybe, I guess, I don't know.
Maybe you're right, maybe you're not, I don't know.
Morty.
Hey! This is better than Jerry.
You have the mannerisms of Morty and the intelligence of Jerry.
You have the life of a dead person.
Of course.
Which means you're not alive, you're dead. Once I get my hands on you. And yes, that is a threat, guys. Just travel this bit back for 2 hours. Oh, God. Even some matter of escapade. Any idea what you've gotten ourselves into? No snoring, if you please. The emote. Jeez, it's a long ass emote too. I mean, it's a perpetual emote, but it's got a really long cycle, is what I'm trying to say. That's funny.
There it is.
Oy. That's just weird. Okay, where in the world is Alamegan Quarter? Where's that? Oh, that's here, right? No. Where is
We got to teleport to it.
I know. I was saying, where is that though? Oh, it's in the locks.
It's in the locks. It's the one on the far end. It's the one not near the entrance to the locks.
Oh. I don't remember this one.
It's the one in
No, I
Alamigo
got
itself.
that, but I don't remember it. That's what I'm saying. I don't come here enough.
You probably haven't been here since the story had you come here.
Well, I mean,
I've been here a
I just
couple of
didn't
times.
realize what it was called. I didn't even remember. I did not remember there being an aetheryte out here. I think it's really what it was.
Yep.
Okay. Yes. Got me pretty pink chocobo. A colorblind pink chocobo. I love it.
Did you say oink?
Boink.
Oh.
Silly. I'm almost guaranteeing that the new dungeon we got is purely MSQ. That's out.
What?
Oh, it's the option that I chose. That was an awkward music swap. Oh. least we're finally getting some backstory in Arvinald. Arenvald. Oh yeah, this is definitely, I feel like this is definitely leading towards the dungeon. Damn. Oops, I accidentally skipped a line of dialogue there. We get to go swimming! Patch open. That'll work, I guess. No, screw this, I want the Falcon. I knew it. I freaking knew this would be the entrance. As if it was an obvious.
I'm not there yet, but is it that big door on the side of Alamigo over there? I'm just taking guesses. Can I be heard?
Yeah, you can hear it.
As I said, I'm not up to that point yet, but I'm going to take a good guess. As I said, is that
I'm
big
guessing
door
you
on the
haven't
side of
played Tactics, Lord. Because if you had played Tactics, it would have been extremely interesting to you. Assuming you liked Tactics. And yet.
I love the new 24, man. That is my favorite so far, and that story is awesome. But it's also based on one of my favorite Final Fantasies.
Oh, yeah. I liked it quite a bit too. The drowned city of Scala, now accessible. Oh, that looks weird. Cool. It's a glowy bubble. A glowy bubble bubble. A glowy bubble. A bubble that is glowy. Bubble bubble. Not at the moment, Lord. Yes. I understand, Lord. It's just, you know, I get a bit weird when there's too many voices and stuff like that. Especially when I'm, like, streaming and stuff. Maybe some other time, though. It'd be funny if I could beatbox underwater. Any of these, really. Well, I can do that, but... I just swam down some stairs. Okay then. I'm in the ceiling somehow. That's funny.
I'm just gonna say this: that the next expansion, the big 24-man raid, will be based on will be taking place in Insomnia.
That'd be funny.
So it's under the water, right?
Yep. Oh, not water flow. I did the wrong one. I meant to do this one. Rawr.
It'd be awesome if it took place in Insomnia. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, it would.
Ah, this place. Yeah, we knew this was going to lead to something eventually because of the way it's
Oh, yeah,
designed.
it was freaking obvious. I need to use the bathroom.
Seeing a big bird come out of a cave like that underwater, that's fucking weird.
I'll be right back. I need to use the bathroom.
I'll be right back as well, I guess.
that's a cute sit pose.
I'm back.
Oh man, I can't do it underwater, really?
Oh. Well, if we were anybody else, we would be dead, but we got that weird blessing thing.
Exactly. No, he was on his Ixion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nah. We could survive Rom shoving lightning bolts up her ass.
By the way, Sarah, he sits on that cockpit or whatever.
Watch out, it's trying to eat your feet.
I like the fact that little water droplet on its head doesn't, like, fall. Alright. What does this look like in first person? Okay, that's trippy. What the hell?
Oh no, this is the one they were doing. It's the Drowned City.
What?
Alright. Never mind.
What do you think it's gonna be?
No, I was thinking of something else.
What are you thinking?
I'll tell you later.
Okay. I'm hiding. Can't see me.
We're good. I can see the glow.
Yeah, but you can't see me. I'm hiding.
Ha 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 ha. Excuse me. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself.
Huh. This music sounds interesting. Huh. Oh, it's a remix of the Alan Egan theme.
Oh, I just noticed something I'm about to change, so. It brought, like, one of my bars that screwed up in this new whatever. My HUD's fucking wonky in a certain spot. My buffs and stuff are hidden behind the monsters' fucking names.
Yeah, I haven't really checked to see if they changed any of the details. Like, my HUD's been completely perfect.
I need a moment.
I'll have to play around with it later.
I can't handle that. That's why I'm sorry I'm not damaging either.
You're fine, dude.
That was driving me nuts.
No, dude, you're fine. Nothing to it. It's fine. Like, something came up. Yeah.
Alright,
It's really gonna say anything to the tank. What are they gonna do? Or, to be honest, honesty works too.
I just be honest about it, like,
How you didn't notice it throughout the entirety of the 24-man raid is beyond me, though.
I was too busy focusing on mechanics.
I don't know why it messed up yours and not mine. It must have been console thing. It's a broken console. Hello, Fish Neon. Fishy on. There we go. Ooh, okay. That's... I am really curious what the hell... I get the feeling we don't want us back on the outside right now. I also get the feeling this guy's gonna have
They look like galoshes.
Oh, hi. You look funny. Fight a real one of these things, the Gargantua Mom from Final Fantasy VIII. Doing so bad, so bad. Ow.
Yeah.
That was neat. Yep, empty. Clunk transformation, X. Oh god. We're going that way. Hi, good bomber. Hi, good monster again. You get flame. Zombeto. Lightless homunculus. Fingers mine. Person. Oh my god. Oh. Ah! Neat. Guaranteed he didn't make it across the afterlife. Specifically coded so that you stay transformed as long as you're over there. just fought that as a boss, and we're already fighting it another one already? That's a little awkward.
It's Super Manticore.
Erotic poison combo. I didn't expect to see what's her face watching me mechanic here. Okay. Wow. This guy just likes shooting his mouth lasers all over the place, doesn't he? Oh boy. Pay attention to what he's doing, so I can make my tail drive. He's one of those bosses. Which even if, I'm not too worried about getting hit all the time that I have gotten hit by this boss so far. Because, it's the first time I saw it, and I didn't know what the mechanic was. We didn't know he was using random or anything like that. Wait, what? No? I was not looking at him at all game through that time. Like, at all. I didn't blink at all, not even for a second. And I was looking away from flying wild. So, whatever, game. Oh my god. What did I just say? Alright. Now at least I know what to look for. can tell that I'm lagging with that. But weirdly enough, the stream's not lagging. It's only 14. That's weird.
Patch day.
And that's true. It is true. That boss is going to be really rough, by the way. Because I couldn't pick up on really any of its telegraphs. That tail screw thingy kept hitting me. Tail swipe or whatever.
Are you all right?
Aye. Aye. Everything's still attached.
Ah, it seems both our paths led here. Very good. We spent altogether too much time fleeing fiends horrid and numerous. How fared you? Much the same, then. 'Twould appear this place is yet inhabited by King Theodoric's kin, or what is left of them. The work of terrible magics, I fear.
Terrible, aye. But their misfortune is our fortune?
Quite. By the 12, there is even more than I imagined.
But it's probably all cursed. When can we get his hair?
Oh, I can't wait to see the look on Lisa's face. Thanks for believing in me, you two.
Oh, yay, we got a problem. Woot.
problem.
Yeah, it's in the cutscene.
Step back, all of you!
Like hells we will! We know who you've got in there!
We're not leaving till you hand her over!
Bring her out! Bring her out!
What's going on?
Someone let slip about Fedora.
It's true then! The bitch really is in there! I knew it! I bloody knew it! We demand vengeance! Bring her out! Today we butcher the butcher!
Come on, you don't mean that! We'd be no better than the Imperials if you'd all just calm down!
Calm down! That monster and her thrice damned skulls dragged my man from our home and beat him to death in the street!
Aye! And my dad! That bitch has spilt enough blood to fill a lock! We all know her crimes. She's a traitor and a murderer. How many of your resistance friends have died at her hands, eh? And here you are, protecting her!
So that's what all the fuss is about. Hearken to me, brothers and sisters of Alamigo.
Hey, who's this?
You should know damn well who that is.
That's
General.
the one of Alamigo.
Hell yeah.
My friends, you are not alone in your anger, your grief, your despair, for it is mine as well. That gnawing pain in your breast, it is enough to bring an old bull to his knees. But I ask you, brothers and sisters, to think not only of the family and friends who were cut down before your very eyes, but to think also of the ones who were abducted, the ones who may yet live. Where were they taken? What became of them? These questions demand answers. I share your thirst for justice, for vengeance. But we will gain only fleeting satisfaction if we give in to our base appetites.
Oops.
Now is the time that we, the people of Alamigo, must decide what manner of nation we will build for ourselves, and for generations yet unborn. When they look to our example, will they see a people who held fast to their principles, or one who cast them aside when tried? I say to you, it is our responsibility to give these prisoners a fair trial, that they might answer to all of Alamigo. The Garleans called us savages, and I'll be damned if we prove them right.
Well said, Raubon. Well said, my friend. Oh, yes.
I know you're right, I do. But I can't.
Santa and the Keeper participate. My friend. At least I think so.
Well, well, well. So many visitors. Come to have a good laugh, have you? Or do you mean to put me out of my misery? To finish what you started? It's about bloody time.
That's not why we're here, no. Do you remember what I said? How I promised you you'd live long enough to see us win our freedom? Well, I meant it. And not to mock you either.
You're wasting your time. All of this is pointless! There's no reason to keep me alive, and you know it! I killed your men.
Why do you want to die
I
so
killed
badly,
my men!
Angela?
And you know what my only regret is? That I didn't kill you when I had the chance!
That's a lie, and you know it. You think we can't tell what you're trying to do? That we're blind? Now, you're a fool, but you're not stupid. You're ruthless. Relentless. You'd give up anything and everything to get what you want. You didn't come this far, climbing over the bodies of your own brothers and sisters just to piss it all away. I see you, Fedora. I see you for what you are.
Oh! Echo time.
Come along, Fadola. We mustn't be late. The Imperial Viceroy will be attending today's banquet.
All right! Father, what's Lord Gaius like? Is he nice? Are you friends?
There you go again with all your questions. Lord Gaius is a great and honourable man who looks after all of Alamigo. He's very busy, and if we don't hurry, we'll miss our chance to see him.
Filthy tin-head lovers.
Father, what did that man call us?
The little tin-head lover doesn't know what she is, eh? A traitor, sweetheart. A backstabbing bitch who'd gladly betray her kith and kin to gnaw on what few scraps the Imperials deign to toss her. Like your bastard father and whore mother.
Oh, God.
That's not true! My parents are good people! They've never done anything like that!
What an asshole.
Oh, but they were quick to help themselves and their bitch spawn, weren't they? You're just as guilty as them.
I'd say that dude speaking was just as guilty as him. Good lord, what a dick.
Fadola!
Traitors!
Ooh.
Please, you have to do something. My husband and daughter are in danger.
Soldiers of the Imperial Army are under no obligation to intervene in the disputes of arms.
We're citizens. We have rights.
Ah!
Oh, wow.
I'm scared.
It's all right. It's all right. They don't understand, but they'll see in time. They'll see that this is the only way to survive. Traitors! Traitors!
That would be traumatic, to say the least. Ooh.
Let the savages have their fun. They'll be more compliant once they've tired themselves out.
Jeez, man. Harsh.
Fadola, please. You already have citizenship. Why would you want to become a soldier? Oh, gods. What have you done to your face?
Forgotten it already, have you? I'm honoring Father's memory.
By telling the world that you know better than a common savage.
Am I though, Mother? Are any of us? Can't you see? Citizenship means nothing to them. If you're not a pure-blood Garlean, you're no different from any other savage.
Sad but
So
true.
I'll play the part. I'll join the Legion and I'll make them respect me. And when the mob see that, they'll think twice before throwing their stones.
Given this, I can't blame her.
Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn. It's time. It'll be hard. Humiliating. They'll try to break us. Send us crawling back to our own kind. But we won't, no matter what. We'll bleed for them, die for them if we have to. We'll do whatever it takes to be free!
Given those circumstances, I can't really blame her. How would any of us react in that situation, you know? moral quandary, you really wouldn't know. The only way to know is to be faced with that situation, with I guarantee the bulk of us haven't never been in that situation and most likely never will be. So how would you handle it, you know? And no one even noticed that we zoned out, go figure.
So, you mean to play the part one last time, eh? The unrepentant traitor whose death will serve to unite the people?
Shut up.
You had every chance to kill yourself. Fashion a noose from your clothes. Wait for the guards to leave you alone long enough to slip it over your neck.
I said shut up!
Oh, but then it would have all been for nothing, wouldn't it? Whatever it takes. That's what you said.
Damn, Aaron, stop grilling her so hard, man.
Been in my head, have you? Had a little peek at my past? And what? A few stolen memories tell you everything you need to know, do they? Don't you dare patronize me! You don't know a god's damned thing about the life I've led!
Well, I do.
Bastards that killed him. The bastards that let it happen. My father deserved better! I swore I'd do whatever it took to make them pay!
Oh! I forgot about that eye thing. She's seeing our memories all of a sudden. Curious.
You. All that power. All that pain. It's too much. Too much for anyone. The things they've done to you. The lies. The betrayal. The endless fighting. Yet there you stand. Unbroken. How?
Sheer force of will.
Why? Damn you. Damn you all.
You still have time, Fordola. Think about how you want to spend it. Let's go.
Nice. Body bags. Pippin. Now my internet's lagging. Yes. You need, baby. Twilight over Thanalan. Love that song so much.
I thank you for answering my summons in these most interesting times. You have been busy. The liberation of Alamigo will have far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel. I speak of Rauban and his future. All know the tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Uldar home, it will never be his homeland. He is a son of Alamigo.
Indeed he is, Monimo.
And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss. Suffice it to say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Alamigo and retaking his place at my side. I will welcome him with open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend.
And husband-to-be.
I have known the man a long time, and beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt. Whether Rauban chooses to remain in Uldar or return to Alamigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by guilt or regret. Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him? It is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a sultana alone. I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears.
Good on you, Anonimo.
Might I have your company for a brief adventure?
Oh boy.
Wonderful. Allow me a moment to change into something a touch less conspicuous, and I will join you outside.
Neat. Oi. Yes. Huh. Alright then, Nanamo, you lead the way, I guess? Well, you gotta understand, though, Lord, it's day one. People are still figuring out the mechanics. So, you know, of course it's gonna be a bit of a struggle, but you'll get through it. No problem. You'll get there. I mean, hell, if you saw my run, good Lord. It was nasty. Though surprisingly, we beat the final boss in one shot. That was surprising, actually. Riding Ixion must hurt your pelvis. Jesus Christ. Huzzah for frame droppage because of lag. Good thing we're not doing anything that requires doing mechanics, or else I'd be screwed. Much and more, little and less. It be like something dealing with a steel pike. I don't know. Bobanima. Oh. I remember a cutscene similar to this from 1.0, actually. Nice. Nice. This is even the 1.0 version of the fanfare.
Grace, you mustn't! The danger is too great! Please, Your Grace, come back! I beg of you!
It seems you're you're the one who needs looking after, Master Shum. Rabon!
Adorable!
I have kept the promise made.
So
Oh, the
you
wedding
have,
theme, very cute.
And in turn, so too shall I keep mine. With your winnings, you have become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Uldar. And so, as tradition dictates, Rauben Aldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
I am honored, Your Grace, and vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last.
Aww.
Long live the Sultana, and long live Uldar!
Yes. I think that's the Thaumaturge Guild, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Man, this MSQ has been interesting so far. I'm digging it. Absolutely digging it. Of course, it doesn't stack up to the friggin' 24-man raid, in my opinion. That was pretty friggin' epic, but that's just because I like tactics quite a bit. I actually need to replay that soon.
It really does make me tempted to say fuck it and stream it, yeah.
What, tactics?
Yeah.
Go for it, dude.
I do love tactics.
Although, how would you stream it? It's not on the PS4, is it? And your computer's still down, right?
It's a PlayStation, man. This
Well,
laptop can run that.
Yeah, that's true. But the question is, can it run the laptop? Or, the laptop now. Can the laptop run the laptop? Neon, can the laptop run the laptop?
I would hope so.
Can it run that software and the streaming software and stream at the same time? I mean, it's an Alienware, so I'd imagine it could, but...
I'll still hold off, because I got my own plans. Man, do I love tactics.
Ha! Nah, I don't know on that one, Grave.
Fuck the PSP version.
You don't like the PSP version?
The retranslations can suck a dick.
Fair enough.
No, the changed dialogue actually does kind of cripple the story a bit.
Like I said, dude, fair enough, but...
It takes some of the ferocity and rawness out of it.
I think you're just upset because they changed Blame Yourself or God.
No, they changed a lot of dialogue.
Well, like I said, dude, I don't know. I haven't played War of the Lions myself, so I couldn't tell you. I do know that people really seem to dig the War of the Lions, but what am I kidding? People really love Final Fantasy VI Advance, too, and I'm like, why? I don't know. People have their own preference, though, and that's the thing we gotta respect.
I don't hate the PSP version of Tactics. I just think it's the inferior version.
Like I said.
The new cutscenes are cool. The change of the story is not.
Fair enough.
Constantine kind of takes the body nature of man versus like the church.
Oh god, are you serious? Wow, alright.
No, I could play War of the Lions with it and just say fuck it. Whenever I get to my big Final Fantasy like stream from start to finish, it will be the original version.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Maybe.
Oh, that's adorable, Nanamo. Jesus.
Oh, stop making me run back and forth so much now. Now I gotta go to the Coliseum. I don't know how far I'm behind you, but...
A couple of cutscenes. And I've been taking it slow.
I'm getting distracted by animals.
The only class that was added was Dark Knight, wasn't it?
What are you talking about?
War of the Lions.
Oh, and War of the Lions? Yeah, just Dark Knight.
Okay,
well, they added a few, they added, I think, a few new guest characters.
Hmm.
One of the guest characters, I think, is Balthier.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if I like that. I mean, I get, you know, that Final Fantasy Tactics originally had Cloud as a guest character, but having Balthier as well, I don't know if I like that now.
They wrote Cloud into their music reader.
True. By the way, you're gonna see something really weird in the cutscene that I'm in. But once you see what I mean, you'll get it. Because it wouldn't be weird in any other cutscene. Or if it's any other person.
What are you talking about?
I'm not saying. You'll see.
I actually think the balancing kind of makes it not as fun. Because it takes away a bit of the challenge. That's the thing when you rebalance the game. Like, yeah, it makes it feel nicer initially, but then when you get to the high end stuff, it doesn't feel like you earned it as much as you did in the original. So in order to unlock Dark Knight in it, it's kind of annoying.
Yes. I get the feeling that the push-ups, sit-ups, and all that crap's gonna be from the Hildebrand quests. Just a guess. don't really like using difficulty mods, because oftentimes it's made by people who don't understand balance, or understand what actual difficulty is. They always use arbitrary bullshit and overly limit you. And you know, I get it, limitations breed creativity, but that's not what I want from a challenge mod. That's why I tend to avoid that shit.
Anyone that adds a mod like that doesn't understand the concept of how to add proper difficulty. That's the reason why there's a lot of work into design. It's different if they add a DLC that adds a harder mode. Because guess what? The company themselves understand how they balance the damn game.
Yeah, they basically want to turn something easy into Contra. When it comes to player-based difficulty mods. They're never fair. And therefore, if it's not fair, it's not a challenge, therefore it's not a difficulty mod, but a fuck you mod. I want a difficulty mod, one that is fair and balanced with proper challenge, not something that's going to be super boss every freaking turn. Something that's unfair. If it's unfair, like I said, it's no longer a challenge at that point. You know? And a lot of difficulty mods are unfair. If I wanted something that's unfair, I'd play Dark Souls. And even that's fair, believe it or not.
Yeah, Dark Souls is perfectly fair, because you lose by your own bullshit.
I mean, the hell was that?
That's it.
They do, actually, Grave. That's the problem. Not very many are fair and balanced. And good. They're always IWTBG, essentially. I want to be the guy. Every difficulty mod I've ever seen is just bullshit unfair, so...
Same. I've never seen a difficulty mod that's actually made it a fair challenge. It's just, so here's some hyperactive horse shit for some speedrunner to try.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they exist. I've just not seen very many of them. I'm just like trying to find a needle in a haystack, trying to find the good ones. See, like, okay, here's an example. I recently watched someone streaming Final Fantasy VII The New Threat mod, alright? And here's the problem with that. Even looking at that, which is more or less a master-crafted mod or whatever, it still suffers from the exact same problem that I've seen with every difficulty mod. Quote-unquote difficulty mod. They expect you to follow one very strict, very stringent pattern that if you even so much as deviate from that at all, your ass is grass and you're gonna die. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I want something that ups the challenge but is still fair. Like, one where I can say, okay, you know, this set of strategies works, and I can fight my own way through. I can find my own way through, as opposed to, oh, you didn't do X when it required X? Oops, you're dead. You know, that's one of the reasons, like, you know, for example, I don't like the way raiding in 14 goes. I just do it because it's there, and I can do it. But even then, it's at least somewhat fair. There's at least a chance. But in most difficulty mods, it just throws whatever it can at you and see what sticks. You know, it tortures you rather than having any fun with it. And that's just about any difficulty mod, dude.
No, I haven't looked at shit mods, by the way. Most difficulty mods are garbage.
Yeah, because they don't understand the concept of difficulty. They throw in arbitrary bullshit that is all luck-gated. And or extremely strict to the point...
There's a balance game to it, and it takes a team to balance. A single person is not very good at balancing jack shit.
Mm-hmm. Now,
especially when it comes to coding.
It's not to say they can't get lucky. And oftentimes there are mods made by a team of people, but they're not professional game designers, so they still can't balance it worth a shit. Half the time.
I've seen a few mods that have came close. They still don't really get it.
Okay, here's the good thing, or here's an example. Most Mario mods are Kaizo difficulty mods. It's very few, for example, to find a good Super Mario mod that isn't Kaizo. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why Mario Maker's kind of boring to me, because that's all people mostly make is that type of stuff.
Kaizo, exactly!
Every once in a while you see people come up with something really creative. But
yeah.
Other than that, it's usually this arbitrary bullshit. Like, let's try this fucking pile of horse shit.
Yeah, that's kind of like my point in a nutshell. when players have, you know, non-game designers are given access to tools to make their own game, they will make it stupidly hard for the sake of stupidly hard and call it challenge.
There is a game that's the opposite of that.
Yo.
And Miyamoto himself said he wished he came up with this game.
Little Big Planet. But even
Little Big
still,
Planet.
yeah, but even still, players will make hard levels, and they're going to be intentionally hard and unfair.
But a lot of the player-generated stuff on that is truly creative.
True. Especially some of the Japanese players' levels we played back in the day. Jesus.
But it's a game that's completely pushing for player creativity. Whereas Mario Maker isn't. Mario Maker's for people that want to make Mario platforming stages.
This must be important business indeed. Though, if it concerns anything so underhand...
I expect creativity and balance.
Yeah, really.
But hey, it's Mario Maker, and that's the reason why it's sort of like, I get why people like Mario Maker, and I also get why Mario Maker sort of meh. Like, yeah, it's charming for about a month, and it wears on your... It's gone. The charm is completely gone at that point. By the way, that cutscene was adorable, with Nanamo hopping around like that.
Mm.
It is indeed unsettling to find oneself seated across from an impassive mask.
No, we really don't, Grave. You have your expectations too low, my friend.
There, would this
Well, here's the thing.
please your grace?
I think both
Should
of
I
you are
address you
incorrect.
as Lady
It's not about having them too high or too low. I think it's all about creating what you want. Because the thing is, if people want those types of mods, they can have them.
Well, yeah.
And that's fair enough. But to me, that's not a real difficulty mod because they don't understand the balance of difficulty. But it's there for those people that dare venture into that.
Aye.
It's all about how you look at it.
Shall we proceed to the business at hand?
By all means. I must say, I'm most
But
eager to hear your
if you're going to venture into making mods, it's fun to make some goofy ones every once in a while. But once you've gotten into it, you really should be putting in more effort than a lot of people do.
That's true. But see, what that really boils down to, at least in... yeah, I do, Crave, if you think ours are too high. But what it really comes down to,
that's just mudslinging.
Hey, but, you know, like I said, what it comes down to is difficulty isn't like, okay, say you're playing Mario Maker, 30 million giant Bowsers all shooting fireball. No, that's not difficulty, that's bullshit. Yeah. Can you beat that? Sure. I'm sure if you grinded your nails to the bone and, you know, really grinded it out and found every possible little loophole and crevice, sure, you could beat that. Would anyone beat it? Not really, no. Maybe 1% of 1% of 1% of 1%, but it's possible. Therefore, difficulty. Oops.
I would make of this an investment which shall enrich Uldar.
I don't think so, Grave.
And who better to
let's not get into that.
than the wealthiest man in all of Thanalan? I beseech you then, Lord.
But no, seriously, it's all about... I wouldn't say anybody's are too high or too low. It's just different tastes.
Twould seem your grace
I'm sorry, Leo.
beyond acts of earnest yet misplaced charity. Pray tell me more.
Like, I played Devil May Cry 3, the glitched version or whatever, where the normal mode was bugged and was hard as hell. I'm not opposed
So
to
you mean
playing...
Devil May Cry 3?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I said Devil May Cry 3, dude.
You said the glitch version, you mean just Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah, the one that was not fixed.
Not the special edition.
You know.
I am impressed, Your Grace. 'Tis an elegant solution. All...
Oops.
Well, what I'm saying, your standards are too low? Like, I know, it was just him rebuttaling to what you said, but...
I mean...
Come on, like, our standards aren't too high. Like, if somebody's going to offer us a mod that adds difficulty, it should be fair difficulty.
Exactly.
That's not high standards.
Far better than I. Which of the settlements you visited would best provide a home for our refugees? which has the greatest potential to flourish, given the appropriate investment.
Algiri? Algana? Or the Saltery? I don't know. I'm gonna say Algiri, I guess. I'm not sure.
Yes, if a stable trade route can be established between Uldar and Alamigo, then Alagiri would once more become an important waypoint. But while such growth would greatly benefit,
I don't know what you mean by that, Grave. I don't know what you're replying to.
It could sustain
I'm not sure either. It's all fine. Where the hell is this at? Ah. Where? Oh.
Yes, Quarry Town certainly does carry the potential for profit. At least
Oh, it would be the Saltery, wouldn't it? Because that's in the locks.
Situated anywhere near a lucrative market. It would cost more to transport the materials than they are worth, in my humble opinion.
Clearly, you want me to say the Saltery.
Ah, yes, that desolate little village on the shore of Bruxelles. I know the Saltery and its products well. The Imperial invasion brought an end to their more widespread distribution, much to the dismay of many a wealthy gourmand.
Sure, that's usually why when it comes to mods, I only deal with aesthetic mods because anything that fucks with the other shit is usually the most broken shit I've seen in my life.
That's also true. And that's not to say every mod is bad. Like, I played a couple of really good ones for Skyrim. Like, the, what was it called? The Lost City or something like that? That one was really good.
The local citizens will need to be consulted.
To be fair, though, that was more people using the engine to build their own story.
Yeah, and it was really damn good. And the thing is, it wasn't
Because
exactly...
from what I've looked into, they didn't really tweak the numbers on anything. They used
Well, it wasn't
basic
even
stuff.
really a combat mod. It was more, like I said, a narrative mod, and it was lore-friendly, too. They took, like, little bitty snippets of lore that you would get around the area that they made, and they pretty much interpreted that and made their own story around it. So, for all we know, you know, it's extremely lore-friendly, too, and that's something that I like.
I shall dispatch representatives well-versed in the extraction of this white gold and wring every last ounce of profit from its production. The Loch's bounty will contribute to Alamigo's enrichment, whilst easing the burden on the bull's aching shoulders, just as your grace desired.
A deal is struck.
Yeah, when push comes to shove, though, most companies, if they add difficulty stuff, they usually know what the peak is.
Yeah.
A good example is Nier Automata. I don't really see how you can make a harder difficulty mode than one they already made, considering the hardest difficulty mode, one hit you're dead by anything, even if it just clips you, dead.
Oh, I can tell you how to make it harder than that. Any one hit equals you're dead, and also while you're at it, throw 1,000,000 bullets at you. Like, triple the amount of bullets ever on screen, and every enemy now shoots bullets and throws hammers, and... No,
well,
I'm saying triple it. Like, if it's triple it again.
Oh, so make it like, literally impossible to die.
But, like, here's, like, a thing. Like, it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't, like, people adding arbitrary challenge, quote-unquote. Like, a good example of what I mean by that is, like, say, for example, you're playing a Final Fantasy VII mod, and the only thing that they change is when you fight Emerald Weapon, you fight Emerald Weapon plus Ruby Weapon. Good luck.
Alright. I want to interject.
Yeah.
I think it's much easier for people to make more difficult mods for something that isn't an RPG, because when it comes to an RPG, people really don't understand numbers are important.
Oh, yeah, no, exactly. Because with RPGs, you run into the concept of, like, a MOBA, where you tweak one number, even one number too high, and it's overpowered. You tweak it even one unit too low, and it's useless. You know? And I can understand wanting to make certain games a little bit harder. I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Like, give the mobs a little bit more extra HP. Maybe make it to where maybe some of your attacks are a bit weaker, you know, and maybe you have to actually use elemental weaknesses and stuff like that. Make it to where you don't just have to press X and win or whatever. You know, I'm fine with things like that, but my problem is the majority of mods that I've came across are, they take that way too far. They make it to where there's only one strict and stringent path you can take. Targets are weak to electricity, hammer with thunder spells. You know what I mean? Target, basically everything becomes Ozma and 9. Something like that. Where it's unfair and cheap. You know?
Once you take out the option to strategize and make it one strict path, you kind of hurt the fun of the game.
At least in my opinion. Some people may
but
like
when it
that.
Comes to,
I don't.
I think when it comes to an RPG, it hurts it.
Depends on the RPG.
Yeah, true. True.
Like, another example would be Final Fantasy Tactics. You know, you only have 5 characters, and that's all you can ever use. Oh, and they're level 13, and you can't level them. And you've got to fight 30 guys, all level 99, who all get 3 turns per unit, per move. Good luck. You know what I mean? At that point, you're like
The only way you could do it is grinding gear.
Oh, no, you can't grind gear either. You have to use the base gear that you have.
And you're not winning.
No, you can win. You can win. You just got to figure out how, right?
You gotta follow this exact pattern to it.
Exactly. And then you also have these... But, you know, that's exactly one of the other reasons that I don't do what I consider arbitrary challenges on RPGs. Like Final Fantasy X. You know, the no Aeon, no sphere grid, no level, no anything, initial equipment. No. I don't do that shit because to me, that's not challenge. That's arbitrary limitations. You know? But if people like that thing, have at it.
Cool for doing it, maybe.
Well, yeah, maybe, but more often than not, you don't. It's just, honestly, ultimately, to each their own. It ain't for me, though.
It is each them. There's times where I'll put weird challenges on myself, but that's a totally different thing. That's just me.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's what you want to do, it's what you want to do, but it's not what I want to do.
But I also see where Grape's coming from, but you'd have to point us in the direction of a good difficulty mod, Dre.
I don't know, it's just, I've seen way too many.
No, there's several different routes to winning stuff on Tactics, and you can use very baseline jobs if you've got yourself built up properly.
Yeah, like exactly.
I can't even think of the jobs that are broken unless you really know the game well.
Well, I know Calculator can be extremely broken.
Calculator can be broken, but it can also bite you in the ass.
That is also true.
You really got to know how to use that class.
But the point is, though, Grave, yes, figuring out the way to win is fun, but not when there's only one path. If there's only one path, there's no point in strategizing. Just follow that one path to victory. It'd be a little bit like if you were playing Final Fantasy X and literally the only way to beat Penance was Zanmato. It wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be fun summoning a Jimbo with Grand Summon, using, you know, 65,000 gil or whatever.
Hoping it's a fun way to kick his ass.
It can be. If you've already beat him the legit way and you just want to dick around a little bit. But what I'm saying is, imagine if that was the only way, especially considering the fact that Yojimbo is RNG. You use Grand Summon, you build up his overdrive, you give him however much money, and he doesn't use it. And now you're
Don't get me wrong, sometimes that can be fun from a narrative standpoint, but that only works if it's a story boss, and it's trying to hint you, hey, do this.
Actually, I would say something that is a good, fun challenge, and is meant to be somewhat, not exactly fair, but at least it is fair, is the one of the alternate endings, actually the alternate ending in Tales of Destiny, and I know you know the one, Neon, you're the one who told me about it.
That was difficult.
Or better yet, another example of this is the very first time you fight Lavos in Chrono Trigger at the, what's it called, the Black Omen. That's an extremely hard fight, but it is somewhat fair. It's possible to do. Huh?
Why do I gotta go to the gold saucer?
Because you gotta talk to a certain someone.
But I get where you're coming from, Gray, but you would seriously have to show us some good difficulty mods, because neither one of us have seen ones that we consider good.
Like, there is that one mod for Tactics that I saw. Actually, there's another problem I have with mods that I'll get into in a bit. But there is a mod I saw for Tactics that, I forget what it was called, but it added characters like, it had, like, It let you get Cloud like right off the bat. It added characters from other games, not even from Final Fantasy. It had like Samus.
So that was its own story, just using the tactics.
Yeah, but it was still tactics. It was still following that motif. You still had Ramza, but it had things like Samus in there. It had things like Cloud, Sid from Final Fantasy VII. It had Squall, I think. It had, I think, one of the dudes from Contra. I can't remember. I didn't really look into it that much, but it had all kinds of craziness, and it just was like, eh. But actually, that's something.
I want to play it.
It looked interesting. It didn't look like it was like one of those bullshit difficulty mods, but it is an issue that I have with other types of mods in general, wherein you have the concept of they add things that don't belong. Like, you do a mod for Final Fantasy VII or 6 or whatever, and next thing you know, you've got Yoshi, you've got, like, Nintendo characters from, you know, you've got characters from other franchises that clearly don't belong. They're not lore-friendly. You know what I mean? It bugs me to high heaven. I don't know why it does, it just really, really does, you know? You got suddenly Mega Man in there.
Yeah, but with that mod, though, it's its own story. They're just using tactics as a base game.
Yeah, but a lot of the time you get the mods that is tactics, just adding in all the extra shit, all the extra characters that literally don't belong.
That one depends on me how I feel it.
Yeah, that's an example of not fair, though, Grave. When it's difficult right off the gate like that, without any difficulty spike or curve or whatever, no. That's what I'm saying. It needs to be fair. Otherwise, it's not really
I agree
a
with you on
challenge.
that, Grave. They are kind of fan games, but it is, when we're talking about, it's technically a mod because you have to have the War of the Lions version. And
No, I don't think you had to have War of the Lions.
It has to be the War of the Lions version.
Did it? I could have sworn it was for the PS1 version.
Nope, it's PSP.
Oh, you looked into it more then?
Yeah, because I thought about doing it, but then since my computer's been down, I haven't. I know which one he's talking about, I think. I'd have to look into it more to make sure. I'd be willing to give it a go, though.
I mean, it depends, man. It really does depend.
Not one to turn down a challenge.
For me, it depends, like I said.
But Kaizo Mario shit can go fuck itself.
I agree.
I'd rather play I Want to Be the Guy. Because you know what? It's designed in a way that's not as cheap as Kaizo Mario. Because there is a set path, whereas Kaizo Mario works using that engine. Yeah. Fuck that.
And well, the magic's in the pudding. Insane difficulty. Insane denotes unfair.
Yeah, true. I'll look into it later, Greg.
Yeah.
Nanamo is adorable.
Mm-hmm.
We all know she wants to ride Robon's dick.
Indeed. But yeah, it's worth looking into, but I'm not sure I'd call it fair. It all depends. Things can be tough but fair. Dark Souls is like that.
In a lot of ways, that's part of the fun of Dark Souls is you're earning what you get.
See, I'm not opposed to something being tough or hard. Like I said, I played Devil May Cry 3, the original
you're
version,
opposed to it being
the one
unfair.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if it feels unfair, I can't have fun with it. Like I said, if it's like Final Fantasy X and the only way to beat, Yojimbo, or the only way to beat Penance would be relying on the RNG of Zanmato, there's no fun in that. That's one of the reasons I don't see the fun in beating Penance with Yojimbo. You can, but there's no point to me, you know? It's not fun. That's why, I was getting frustrated with Ozma earlier, because it felt really unfair. I mean, yeah, I can make him easier via the Friendly Critters quest, but I didn't want to. Because to me,
the ones that annoy me the most is the let's triple or quadruple their HP. I'm like,
yeah, and that's the only thing they change. Yeah.
You're just making it more tedious, not harder.
Mm.
Those are the things that annoy me the most, and those are the things that are most common in RPG mods. It's like, ugh.
I almost want to choose the wrong answer in one of these, but I don't want to get him hurt. Maybe,
I'm sorry I'm taking so long, guys. The discussion got me completely distracted.
Maybe I'll like go into the end room later and rewatch these cutscenes and choose the wrong options to see what hell happens. You know what I mean? Just hit it really hard as you can. Oh, that would be great. Yes. I'm on a bug. Okay, so we got 2 orchestrion rolls with similar names. The measure of our reach and the measure of his reach. Interesting. This MSQ is longer than I expected it to be, too. Considering we spent the last, what, 2 hours doing it so far? 2 or 3? Actually, longer than that. I just realized that, you know, I only just switched back to 30 FPS about 2 hours ago. Jeez. I mean, if this was, like, the start of Stormblood and it was the fresh expansion, yeah, I could understand it being this long, but usually it's just a couple of cutscenes that take, like, 5 minutes and you're done in less than an hour. And I'm like, oh. So this has been good. You know? It's not been a lot of filler and fluff. It's actually been legit stuff. At least in my opinion. Yay. Yes. I flew through the Minotaur. I am awesome. So I don't know what you got to apologize for, though, Neon. I mean, it's not like there's going to be another dungeon or anything. Because we only got the one, remember?
I don't know.
I am just waiting for that instance fight that you know we're probably going to get. You know? Most of these MSQ things don't, like, end like that.
Apologies for the wait. People are screaming for the butcher's blood again. No sooner have we broken up one mob than another forms. Thankfully, all have been amenable to reason, thus far. But it is no concern of yours.
Yes.
We must speak of the men Arenvald and his comrades apprehended in the peaks.
By their uniforms, the captives were first judged to be Imperial troops. But after further investigation, their true identities came to light. I dare say you remember Yuyuhasi and Laurentius, the fugitives who conspired with Captain Ilberd in the Crystal Brave's betrayal.
Dude, Yuyuhasi? That name sounds familiar to me.
It would seem they followed him all the way to the wall. It was they who orchestrated the slaughter of the resistance fighters prior to the Griffin's infernal ritual.
Huh.
Were it in your hands, how would you punish these men?
Actually, the discussion between Nanamo and Gobbert, there is an interesting little thing, an interesting little showing sides of like a more liberal, more conservative viewpoint. It's all about balancing
You would
the needs
spare
of the
these
people.
animals. Yours is a more merciful brand of justice than mine. In any event, I thank you for your honesty. When the time comes for the Alliance to pass judgment, I'll see that your opinion is heard. Well, that concludes our business here.
I wasn't expecting to be spending this much time with Nanamo, though.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yes.
There is a Pocky.
Oh, I'm still. What the hell?
A Pocky. Poke, poke, poke.
I bear a share of the blame for Ilbert's atrocities. Had I openly supported the cause of Alamican liberation, he might not have felt driven to do what he did. Things could have been different, and I'm sorry they aren't.
Well, since I'm here, before I teleport to Fugane, I might as well do my fucking daily
But even
cackpot.
after all that has happened, my homeland.
Oh yeah, I
is
forgot to
free.
do that when I was back in the
With
saucer.
the
Oops.
Scions and the Alliance at their side.
Might as well get it out of the way.
Indeed.
Many thought lost forever. Under her new leadership, I have every confidence that Alamigo will emerge from the shadow of the Empire and rise once more to greatness. Which means my work here is done. Soon I will return to Uldar and take my place at the Sultana's side.
Father,
I'll not deny there's a part of me that wants to stay. The same part that contemplated renouncing my rank and joining you as a wandering sellsword. But I pledged my blade to Nanamo, and I will not betray that oath.
is this truly what you want, Father?
It is. Ever has my sword been hers to command, and ever shall it remain.
Brabon's a man of honor.
Thank you for lending an ear.
He's a
And all
man
the
of
rest
cheese.
are clamoring for me
That
to
too,
stay.
yeah.
I trust you'll send me on my way.
God damn it. AFK for a bit, guys.
Yep. Excuse me. Pretty sure the MSQ is almost over for this patch. Yes. But of course, we are getting a lot of backtracking now, and I don't much like that. You know? Huh. Interesting. Well, I think the Ananta might be our next beast tribe. Wouldn't surprise me. Ha! Nice. Oh. There we go. More flying! Oh boy.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. This is rather long
Isn't it?
story stuff.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier while you were AFK. Actually, no, I don't think you were AFK when I said it. You just might not have been paying attention. Good one. Whoosh.
Pardon me.
That was delayed. Yes. Leo said, "Welcome back, Neon."
Thank you, Leo. Am I going to have to talk to every NPC I've ever met in this game?
Probably. Oh God, Leo, really, man? What have I started with that? Ugh, all I did was parody freaking RE4, and now it's a thing. Jesus.
Your fucking fault.
Hey, I can't help it.
Totally can.
Ew, no, I cannot.
You didn't have to do it.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you did.
Yeah, I know I did.
What?
Yep. Well, someone brought up RE4, and I'm like, Neon, help! Because Neon rhymes with Leon. Yeah. Lame puns that catch on. Woot.
It also kind of drives in Resident Evil 4 is my least favorite Resident Evil. So that just kind of adds salt to the wound.
Maybe that's the idea. Huh. Yes.
Thank you all for coming. I am Lise Hext, and I speak for the Resistance. Among you are village elders, refugee leaders, envoys from the Ananta and the Kikern. You've come from every corner of Girabania to help decide the future of Alamigo.
Oops.
What was the first thing you noticed when you came in? For me, it was that empty throne.
You made me come all the way to Kukana if you want conversation.
It has no
Yep.
one to sit on it now. No viceroy, no king.
Can we just go back to the Black Shroud?
Would any of you like to take their place? Or should someone else sit there? Then let's sit here in a circle, as equals, and I hope, as friends.
Expertly done. Lys has removed monarchy as a choice early in the game, and positioned them to consider a joint government. All things considered, I would say events have got off to a fine start.
And that is Alagana's stance on the matter.
Thank you, Ragenford. Another vote in favor. Next, let's hear from Shanti of the Kalyana. Tell us, how do your people feel about the idea of a republic?
Neat.
The Ananta wish only that those who dwell within Gir Abania devote themselves to our faith.
You would.
You shall all worship Sri Lakshmi!
You wish.
Lady of bliss, grace us once more with your beauteous visage!
What? No way. Well.
This can't be happening. No crystals were allowed through the door.
We can worry about the how of it later. We need to evacuate these people right now, or the Primal will make thralls of them all.
It's up to us.
Ah! Yes.
Gods damn it! The guards were already turned! Fools!
Oh my god.
No, you don't!
Bam!
Kalyana would see us all enthralled.
Then they're going to be sorely disappointed. We have the Warrior of Light and Arenvald to shield us.
Aye, but they can't well defend your guests and attack the Primal, can they? We're stuck on the back foot.
All right, I think I have an idea. Keep these people safe, General. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, whatever she's about, she'd best make it quick.
This is getting pretty intense. All right.
Come then. Who will be next to die on my steel?
I don't expect a lot of MSQ come 4.2, to be honest. Because that we'll be getting 2 dungeons. And, yeah. Okay, that's gonna suck.
What's wrong?
You'll see.
Oh, you left the party for a reason. Yeah.
Why, I offer you peace and serenity.
Oh. Oh my lord. Oh, this is stupid. I'm gonna let it. I don't think so. Nope. I said nope. I said no. No. Nothing got through. Screw you, game. You don't get to just randomly change the rules. Nothing got through, I can promise you that. Whatever. Literally nothing got through. Well. Whatever.
Why, I offer you peace and serenity.
Alright. Oh, it must have been this one over here that got through last time. Nope. Bugger off! Jeez. Crap.
I shall free you from your hate.
Oh my god. Alright.
Damn it all! It's only a matter of time before we miss one.
Oh! then.
What of it? Do you want to kill this thing or not?
Neat. What? Oh, you're over there now. Thought you might do that. Well, what now? What? Oh. What am I supposed to do? Anything? Guess not. What? Oh! No, no, no. I don't think so. Jeez. Oh.
Do not your souls weigh heavy?
You were being yelled at, by the way.
I know, I heard. I'm not gonna really do about that right now, though. Ah! Forgo! No! Oh god. Okay, they all live. Quite well, in fact. Okay. Oh. of course. Supposed to do? Anything? Nothing? I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to do this? I did nothing. That one did.
Here it comes!
Come on, Lees. Bam! Neat. Whew. All right.
We did it! We beat her!
Was there any doubt? Interesting. We sure have used the Echo a lot this patch.
What is this?
I'm only gonna say this once. The Ananta just summoned their primal in the throne room. My friends are fighting her, but they need help. They need someone with the Echo, and by the gods, I wish I had it, but I don't. I told you before that you still had time, but things have changed. I need your answer now. You can end it like Xenos, or you can fight for Alamigo. Your choice.
Huh. Woot. Yo.
Seven hells. It's her. The Butcher.
I heard you the first time. I'm busy, though. Nice.
It's done. Take me back to my cell.
are not forgiven. Not you. You I will never forgive. But I will thank you.
Powerful words.
For standing against a primal and saving us from servitude. You have my thanks.
Nice. Oh, I should have walked around and talked to everybody. Damn it, why didn't I? Because I wasn't thinking. Oh well. When did you get here? I can only wonder where it's going to go from here.
A fine spot to contemplate the heavens. The meeting is over. The envoys have chosen to instate a government model on Ishgard's House of Commons, a ruling body of representatives elected by the people.
Neat.
It is a fair decision, and one which signals the end of my part in all this. But I would gaze upon Girabania's stars one last time before I leave.
Oh. Hey, Yoshi.
Forget something? Your Grace, there was no word.
Rabun Aldin, you are hereby dismissed as General of the Immortal Flames and relieved of your seat on the Syndicate.
But, Your Grace...
Raubon, I am no longer a child. Stay here in your homeland. Work with your brethren. Rebuild Alamigo.
You desire to stand alone. I understand, but remember what happened.
I remember full well the consequences of my naivety, and thus did I consult at length with a most trusted advisor ere I embarked upon this course.
A most trusted advisor? And what of me? Am I no longer deserving of your confidence?
What trust can there be between us when you withhold the truth from me?
What?
Did you think me oblivious to the anguish in your eyes when you spoke of returning to Uldar? For years and years, we have trusted one another. Yet now you refuse to confess your heart's desire?
I swore an oath to you that day on the sands. I pledged my sword.
And it has served me well. But in Pippin you have forged a new sword, as sharp and deadly as the blade you bequeathed him.
Indeed.
I will show you a Sultana who can wield every weapon at her disposal, including Lolorito and his monetarist cronies. So follow your heart, please. You are home. You are free.
None more.
Wow.
Smile for me, Raubarn. I would have this parting be a joyous one.
Thank you, Your Grace. It has been an honor to serve you and Uldar.
Tomorrow you will serve Alamigo and fight for the good of all Eorzea. Am I understood?
Yes, Your Grace.
Man, that was something.
Thanks for shielding us from Lakshmi, you two. If you hadn't been there, the rest of us would be worshipping her by now.
You're kind to include me, Lise, but we both know who did most of the work. I could scarce keep track of the battle, let alone land a telling blow.
Keep having things distract me. I'll never get through this damn
No shame
story.
admitting it. The Warrior of Light has put far better men than me in the shade.
Did I mention that I encountered the Sultana in the palace? It would seem Her Grace has come to Girabania to oversee the final stages of her relocation project. She was in search of General Oldin, and I directed her to the rooftop garden. I do hope he was still there.
Are you in the habit of gossiping about the affairs of royalty, Master Leveilleur?
Busted!
Certainly not, Your Grace. I was merely informing my companions.
Hey, Yoshi.
Be at ease, Alphino. 'Twas only a jest. But I must yield the floor to Raubarn. He has an important announcement to make.
As of yesternight, I have been relieved of my post in the Immortal Flames and the Syndicate both.
How you doing, Hyrule Star Gaming?
I shall be assuming my father's duties. And may I say that Tizona has never felt heavier upon my back.
It would seem I am in need of employment. Mayhap one of my old acquaintances can introduce me to a mercenary company or some such.
You may be getting on in years, Father, but you'd struggle to find a band of sellswords who would
Nice.
snap your hand off. Your remaining hand.
Yes, the bull of Alamigo need not be put out to pasture just yet.
Very nice. Oh my god.
Your Grace has developed a wicked edge to her humor. And you, Pippin, would do well not to laugh when the future may hold the same for you.
So, does this mean you're staying?
Aye. That seems to be the way of it. I would be glad to aid you in rebuilding our nation, if you'll have me.
If, he says. Welcome home, Rauban.
Well, that was unexpected. Though you seem distinctly unsurprised. Either you're more astute than I give you credit for, or I'm losing my touch. In any event, one thing is certain. Alamigo will rejoice at the homecoming of her dearest son.
Indeed, Alfino. Oi, again? Oh, nice. All right. Yes. Excuse me. You know, maybe it's a good thing that you can do Hunts in Ralder's Reach and the Pillars now. Because they both give Centurio Seals, and Centurio Seals are what you need for the thingies. So, yeah, it should be a bit easier to get the upgrades that way if I care to do all of the hunts. Ugh. Which I may do. Doesn't take much work to get a lot of Centurio Seals, though. Almost forgot about you. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Ah, the plot thickens. What? I think I know what's going on here. Well, I guess that's that for the MSQ. Neat. And with that, I think it's probably time I take the stream down for now, though, guys, because I've got things I need to finish up in real life, among other things, and I gotta get some rest for the raid tonight as well, so, or whatever we're doing. So, I really do hope you guys enjoyed staying with me today, and enjoyed, like, the 24-man raid and whatever else we did today. But, I'm gonna call it quits for now, guys, so thanks so much for stopping by, and we'll see you again real soon. Take care, guys. Yos.